the pineal gland, right, it produces two enzymes, melatonin and D-methyltryptamine, DMT, right? So this gland has been slightly ignored because this is not a vital function of a physical being. If our thyroid gland gets affected, hypo or hyperthyroidism, then we can see it on our body, the effect of it. The effect on our body is our metabolism becomes a wreck. We either gain weight or we lose weight, and other consequences start to develop, for example. So each gland has a direct bearing on our body, but this particular gland, the pineal gland, doesn't show up on our body. It serves as a little bit of a different function. Like, see, melatonin and DMT, what do they help us do? These two enzymes. Melatonin is the enzyme that is released when we are calm. When day becomes night. When the sun goes down, we get a sense of calm. When the sun comes up, we get a sense of energy. We are running about, finishing our day's work. When the sun goes down and when it becomes dark, then we suddenly feel calm. It's time for us to wind down so we can go to sleep. Right? Not today. We have this white light bulbs and whatever else that we have, and we don't know when it is night, when it is day. That's one of the first pollutants affecting our gland. So melatonin is the chemical that makes you feel calm. Yeah, automatically when there is night, when the light goes out, when the organic source of light just disappears, then that becomes active, giving you a little calmness. So you can settle in. Why you feel pleasant when you meditate? When you meditate and close your eyes and just keep calm, you feel good because of melatonin. You feel calm, you feel at peace. Melatonin is released. So that is why they say for you to become more, in sync with this gland, meditation helps. Because at least it takes you to the space of release of the first layer release of this gland is melatonin. Yeah? So, second thing that it produces is DMT. So after a certain degree of melatonin being released in your body, then comes DMT, D-methyltryptamine. DMT is what is necessary for you to get visions. There are two kinds of visions that we have. One is a vision which is stored in your memory. You have seen something, you have seen a sunset, you have seen Zorba, you know how it is, you've read about it. So it's already formed an image and stored in a memory bank. That's one set of visuals you get. There are other set of visuals that don't come from your memory bank. Right? They just call it divine inspiration, call it something else. But you close your eyes and you see a vision. It is not from your memory. Now, this is enabled, these kind of visuals are enabled by the release of DMT, D-methyltryptamine, right? So DMT as a chemical to boost is taken by many people to stimulate visions. But it's a natural substance in the body that is released when we are in a deep sleep state. Lucid dreams are when DMT is released. When a lot of melatonin is released, you're calm, you've gone to sleep, deep sleep, and then DMT is released. Now the problem with us, that is number one, what the gland does. Second is, where is the gland located? We all know where it's located. So, right in our skull spaces we have the brain, and right in the middle of the brain, right at the bottom of it all, is a little pea-shaped, a pea-sized gland. Okay? So, this pea-sized little gland, right, is right here. If you were to look at it, if you put a thing right through where you wear your bindi, right between your eyes and behind, and if you put something right on top of your head, going through your spine, right at the axis of that, right at the center of it all, three-dimensionally, is that gland.
Okay,
right?
So it's in the center.
It's in the center. It's not in the front, it's not at the back, it's not at the sides. It's the center of it all, right? So that's the location of the gland. Now what we are going to do now is to stimulate it. Why are we stimulating it? If you were to dissect any person in a modern civilization who is 12 years of age, or above, you will find that the gland is hardened. The gland is meant to be like the eye, a little soft with, this viscous fluid inside it, and soft and malleable and, responsive to many other things. But today, anybody who is below 12 years of age, the gland has become hard. There are many other things deposited on the gland. Now you've seen calcification, right? When your tap full of fluoride and chlorine, if you don't clean it for some time, the deposit of it is going to make it hard, like, it has this hard deposit. You have to really scrub or put chemical to scrub it out. So exactly like that, we consume a whole lot of fluoride more than it's necessary for a being. It doesn't get excreted out, it rises up. These are light things, aluminium, fluoride, chlorine, chloride. Now these things are light materials which rise up in the body. Yeah, they affect a lot more. Aluminium in your body gets you Alzheimer's. Because they are inhibitors, blockers. They just go up, rise up, and they block certain areas of your sensitive thing in your brain. Yeah, so you lose things. So like that, we are heavily fluorinated. Our water is full of fluorination. Every water we drink that we come from the public supply is fluorinated. Our toothpaste have fluoride in them. Okay, we consume too much chlorine as well, which comes from water. We consume a whole lot of other things that come as pesticides in our food. Yes, in our atmosphere, the air that we breathe, especially in Delhi, how heavy the air is. I mean, okay, it's meant to be one of the most whatever. So that is full of, metals in the atmosphere that we're breathing. Okay, these kind of things just go, and they're like, the pineal gland is like a magnet for all of these. They deposit themselves there and they're hardened. This, and also we, when it's night time, we're not relaxing, we're not in, we have white light, we're staring at computer screens and working nights and stuff like that, and it's absolutely a wreck. That is why we have this confused state. We don't have this insight mechanism, we don't have this mechanism working. Okay? It's not the same for everybody. Some people have conscious food habits, some people are working with the gland, etc. So this exercise is going to be directly stimulating, waking the gland up, shaking it up. Okay? The pineal gland is not a new invention or a discovery, right? Yeah, it's always been a part of a being. And science now, after we begin to dissect and analyze and study anatomy, we know this, we have located it, we know how it looks like, what happens. But in the past, our forefathers, thousands of years ago, knew this as well. The Egyptians knew it. It's very prominently featuring in most of their hieroglyphic depictions of many things. The eye of Ra, or the eye of Horus, you must have heard, it's the god of the seeing, and it's meant to be a depiction of the pineal gland. And there's a depiction of the pineal gland very prominently out there. When you have all Hindu women, they wear a bindi. The very idea of wearing a bindi, and women are associated with more intuitive capabilities, right? The idea of a bindi is a reminder that, hey, everything that is outside is inside. What is outside is a reflection of what is inside us, and the capacity for us to really have that, inner sense as a woman is just highlighted with that bindi. So it's been a part of our religious practices, we've known it. When you go to Christianity, when you look at the Vatican, you will find the shape of the pineal gland in the staff of the Pope, in front of those big things. It's prominently there as a part of their symbology, though slightly in the thing. When you look at the US currency, Illuminati as a secret organization, you have the triangle and the dollar bill, and you have that one eye looking out there, which is again, secret societies have known it.
All-seeing eye.
All-seeing eye. The eye, not this eye, but the eye inside us. Yeah. When you go to Islam, when you go to it, even they have the same practice when they do this repeated, bowing down and touching their forehead to the floor. That's a part of their salat, or that's a part of their prayer for 5 times a day. It just is an act of, and when you see a person who's a devout Muslim, you have this, area here which has become a little thing. Okay, and they are bending down in salutation as a thing, but that's also supplying more blood circulation in that region, etc. etc. So every civilization, every culture, everything has known this and has been, but it's not a part of her, it's just lost out somewhere in our thing. So now, we will take a practice from the Egyptians right now.